Better in a party to stream? How's a party make it better? Ow! Probably doesn't help that I'm coughing so much, so, like, I can't do voices or anything. Not that I normally do voices, but still. Ah. I think we start with the trial. I wish there was a way to increase the text speed. I really do. It's so slow. I suppose we should reconvene the trial of Solomon Starbuck or something.
Objection!
Your Honor? Could you please come out from under your bench? There are no more bombs, I promise. Oh, yes, my apologies. Judge Steve Austin? I don't get it. Just a little jumpy when it comes to trials involving bombs. When first the courtroom exploded, and then Mr. Tonate self-destructed. Oh. I've heard of Judge Judy and Judge Joe Brown. Oh. I've never heard of that. That's one way to describe what happened to Tonate. Wait, it seems that Mr. Justice was seriously wounded by Mr. Tonate's actions. So Mr. Wright will be taking up the defense. Do you have an understanding of what has happened in the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor, defense is ready. Very well. The prosecution also ready. Think you'd like me to give the opening statement like this time? Looks like the judge has become a pretty good mind reader. Well, he's certainly seen more than his fair share of colorful prosecutors. I got my tea. It's still warm. You could say he's something of a veteran of sorts. Let's see. In the previous part of this trial, we learned that the victim, Clay Terran, escaped from Launchpad 1 carrying the defendant, Solomon Starbuck. There are explosions on the second floor of the Space Center and on the rocket itself. Two astronauts used the Launchpad 1 corridor to reach the boarding lounge. And how could the victim climb down the ladder if he was carrying the defendant? That was a mystery that needed to be solved. Mr. Justice proved that the victim was killed in the boarding lounge. Prosecutor Blackwell, were you able to discover any new facts related to this point? Upon further investigation, we discovered an oxygen tank fragment in the lounge. Surprisingly, it would appear that the Justice Dono's argument was correct. Jimmy's testimony as the first two people on the scene are suspects. Who claim to be first on the scene? Can we trust their statements? Let's see, two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? Either one of them might have given a false statement to the police. It's certainly possible. Might have to do a little more digging. And just as our team was about to cross-examine Detective Arm, a courtroom bombing incident occurred. And the trial was put on hold. That accursed fellow, he killed my witness. He killed Detective Arm. He definitely put the kibosh on me when asking her about what she saw. Exactly. In other words, the question of who killed the victim in the boarding lounge has once again become the main focus of this trial. It's obvious Prosecutor Blackwell still thinks this is Mr. Starbuck. Fulbright said that Blackwell has a thing against the astronaut. Nevertheless, the defense argues that there was a third person in the lounge, and that's who killed the victim.
Objection!
Humph, to make such reckless claims in a courtroom takes a bold man, or a stupid one. There was no third person in the boarding lounge. Where have you gone, Dottie, already? Old man. Alright, so I'm going to try to do a little bit better with the reading today. My throat has felt a little bit better. Making progress. Hopefully we'll be back full Steam Friday.
Objection!
We'll see who's the daughter after I trounced you with my years of experience, little boy. Is that Dodard? I don't know, whatever. In any case, Mr. Starbuck claims he saw someone leaving the lounge. Furthermore, a Space Center employee also saw a suspicious figure at the scene. Saw a third person? Humph. I see my sister has been running her mouth. That's right, I almost forgot that Ara is Prosecutor Blackwell's sister. No matter, she didn't see this mystery person's face clearly. Therefore, there's no evidence to indicate that this person was not the defendant. See, someone didn't watch yesterday. Zelric. We met her yesterday. I guess the possibility is that the figure was Mr. Starbuck still there. A briefing to determine if a third person was there or not. This end, we should hear the testimony of one of the first people on the scene. Director Cosmos, huh? Very well. Bailiff, please bring the witness to the stand. He's on the Segway in court. Why, I believe I've seen you before in the newspapers. Of course you have! Of course you have! For I am Yuri Cosmos! Director of the Cosmos Space Center, which was of course named after me. Yuri Cosmos! That is not good for my head. Don't you have anything you wish to ask me? Looks like he's all geared up to do some bragging. 7 years ago, I successfully launched the Hat 1, and... everyone already knows how brilliant you are. Even I'm trying to hold back my tears at seeing such a great man standing before me. Should you please proceed directly to your important testimony? Ha ha ha! I see this fine young lad as a proper appreciation of greatness. Allow me to begin my epochal testimony that will be recorded in the annals of history. Don't clip that. That speech of Prosecutor Blackwell was just now. It sounded more to me like he was poking fun at Director Cosmos. Spy for the best, it sailed right over the director's head. Now then, Director Cosmos, the condensed version of your illustrious testimony, please. Detective Arm and I rushed toward the boarding lounge together. We went via the control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside. We saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge and a Terran lying on the floor. I say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck. Oh, I see. So in your testimony, you claim you arrived on the scene after the two had escaped from the launch pad into the lounge, to the lounge, and just after the victim had been killed. Oh, the horror, the humanity! What I said is what I saw, and what I saw is what I said. Courageous action taken in the face of such terrifying explosions, wouldn't you say? To save my men, I went personally into the epicenter of danger. Risking my own life for theirs! Ha 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 ha! Well, what do you know? Sounds like the director really cares about his men. Yeah, although it sounds more like he was scared and just had a peek from far away. Is Vince ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. Dr. Cosmos' testimony is pretty vague. I'm going to have to press him and draw out more information before I do anything else. Detective Arm and I rushed towards the boarding lounge together.
Hold it!
Where were you coming from? The 6th floor. But make sure any stragglers made their way to the 4th floor. Soon we heard about Starbuck and Terran and hurried to the 3rd floor lounge. How'd they get there? On my galactic scooter here, of course. Why do you keep calling it galactic? Does it have something to do with space? Of course, it's specifically designed to be used on galactic battleships. We don't have any galactic battleships. I see. Then I take it works in zero-G too. Sadly, no. With the current state of technology as it is, I'm afraid it would just float about and be galactically useless. Well, that's a galactic bummer. I see. So you rushed the boarding lounge on your space-age pogo stick. When you got to the scene, what did you see? We went via the control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside. So I figure standing in the middle of the lounge. Wait, I skipped the part.
Hold it!
Let's see. According to this diagram, you didn't have to go through the control room to get to the boarding lounge. 1. So you could have gone there from the southern corridor as well. Yes, but in her haste, Detective Arm rushed ahead of me toward the control room. All I could do was merely follow behind her. I see. She peeked in the boarding lounge from the control room door, and... Could she even open the door? Saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge, and Taryn lying on the floor.
Hold it!
So you couldn't see who that figure was clearly or what they were doing. Sadly, the only thing I could tell was that it was a person, standing motionless. Defendant, no doubt, staring aghast at his teeth. What other explanation is there? I'm so close, but without evidence, I can't prove that person's the third party. I don't relish in this, and... I say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck.
Hold it!
Blackwell also saw a suspicious figure in the lounge. She gave me the statement that it was too dark to see the person's face clearly. Did you see this figure's face clearly? No, not clearly. Light they were holding illuminated the area around their feet at the time. Other than that, I could see little else. I could see Taryn, but I couldn't see who the other person was. So for all you know, it might not have been Mr. Starbuck, is that correct? I'd like to believe that. Starbuck is the type of man who's capable of murder.
Objection!
Listening to the boarding lounge, there was no third person there. Isn't that correct, Great Space Center Director? Yes, that's right. Only Starbuck and Taryn were there by that time. As we peeked in, the lounge suddenly went dark, and the figure vanished. It disappeared? That's odd.
Objection!
The reason the figure appeared to vanish because it was a defendant. When the witnesses weren't looking, he fell to the floor and feigned unconsciousness.
Hold it!
Hold on, Dr. Cosmos. Did you ever take your eyes off the scene? Sure, brief instant. About as long as it takes for a shooting star to go by. Took your eyes off the scene, and the third person could have escaped during that time. What escape route could this person have used? The direction opposite to the control room, the southern door to the elevators. There's no security lock on that door, so it would have been possible to escape that way.
Objection!
All things are possible, right, Dono? The real question is, do you have any proof? Well, we're just talking about possibilities. We could each profess whatever we like. An inmate who used to be a university professor and lunar researcher used to say that there is a kingdom of little green men who live under the surface of the moon. Someone's gonna punish us in the name of said moon for what we've done to it. I say, where's your proof that this quaint kingdom exists? It's calling your theory a work of fiction, boss. He's right, I don't have any proof yet. Still. Also, it's a little bit warmer today. It's 76 right now. So, hoping it cools off a little bit. I might have to turn my fan on shortly. Southern door is a possible escape route. I'd better make a mental note of that. Hey, Cosmos, may I ask you a question? Yes? Why did you look away from the boarding lounge? Ha ha ha, there's actually another tale of bravery behind the answer to that. So when Detective Arm saw the figure and raised her gun, being a great humanitarian and protector of mankind, I tried to stop her. While you're saying Detective Arm raised her gun as soon as she saw the figure? I imagine her instincts as a detective told her they were killer. Hi Tay, how's it going? How are you doing? No, I don't know about that. Were you able to prevent Detective Arm from firing her gun? I afraid I was too late. I was unable to stop her. She identified herself clearly, and then... She fired 2 warning shots at the shadowy figure. This information about Detective Arm's action style is critically important. Please add it to that testimony. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots at the figure.
Hold it!
Well, good morning. Welcome to the world of the awake. How are you feeling today? Either those 2 shots hit the culprit? That's correct. The detective appears to have missed on purpose. This really... There's something about this that bothers me. So Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, did she? That's the first time that info has come out. I wonder if I can find any inconsistencies.
Objection!
Single bullet hole found. Are you sure you're really paying attention to what Detective Arm was doing? You doubt my words? Words that will someday be written down in history books? Somehow I don't think that those exact words... Oh, I'm sorry. I've had a headache for a few days. It's getting better. I kind of aggravated it by working out today, but I actually did get a full workout in. I changed... Oh, I guess I could talk about this. I don't know. I have tentatively agreed to do a collaboration stream with Beth. Yes, he's on a Segway. He keeps calling it a scooter, but it's a Segway. So you guys know Beth, or you may or may not know Beth. She wants to do a group... Beth. I'm trying to stay hydrated. She wants to do a group Beat Saber stream, collab. Where a group of us attempt to do a map that has apparently 1,000 squats in it. 1,000 squats, and the map is about 1 hour long. So I tentatively agreed on the the circumstances that I need to make sure I'm capable of doing 1,000 squats prior to this event. I've never done 1,000 squats in one sitting. I've never done 100 squats in one sitting. I did 100 squats today, but 60 of them were at work, and 40 of them were my normal squats during my workout. So, I don't know. I'm trying doing squats at work. Maybe every other day. I don't know. Who knows? And just try to... Well, I do them in sets. So I did 5 sets of 20 today. That's probably not a great idea, Zelric. I mean, maybe. So I can do 20 without stopping. No problem. I can probably do more because I haven't really tried. I think I've done 30 recently without stopping. But 1,000 an hour sounds rough. So I'm going to be working on that and seeing if I could build up. If I can't do 500 in like a brief time, like an hour, then there's no point in me trying to do 1,000. I'm just going to get competitive and hurt myself. So, anyway, I just wanted you guys to be aware of that. So I'm going to be trying to work out for that a little bit. I don't know when we're going to do it either. She said at least several weeks at least. So, I don't know. I have plenty of other issues to worry about. Right. I don't think those exact words will ever be written down in any history books. He's right. Could you please explain yourself so we can all understand? Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. And yet only 1 bullet hole was ever found at the scene. What? What issues? What issues? What's going on? Only one bullet hole means the gun was only fired once. Director Cosmos saying Detective Arm fired 2 shots. No editor would allow such a glaring contradiction to a history book.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, the witness's words are true. They confirmed that 2 shots were fired from Detective Arm's gun.
Objection!
There was only 1 bullet hole at the scene. Where did the bullet hole vanish to? Ah! You should know the answer to that already. I should? In the previous trial, a certain oxygen tank was present, presented as evidence. We've already discussed that it was ruptured in the lounge, have we not? What appears the thing that ruptured it was a bullet. The bullet was found near the tank, to be precise. This bullet was fired from a .38 caliber gun. Same caliber as Detective's gun. What? The rifling marks also match up. There's no question that the bullet was fired from Detective Arm's gun. Rifling marks. They're like a gun's fingerprints on a bullet, correct? Examining the rifling marks on a bullet can tell us the gun it was fired from. One of the bullets Detective fired found its way into the holographic image display. The other bullet came to a stop near the victim's oxygen tank. Evidence confirms that the director's statement that the detective fired 2 shots. I just don't understand, like, how they keep getting away with it. A beautiful contradiction, gone. All gone. That bullet hole was from a .38 caliber, huh? I better update the record. Very good, now we know the fate of both the shots Detective Arm fired. That's right. Does that clear up all of your questions? Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. One hit the holographic display and the other hit the oxygen tank. Will they clear up everything about what happened at the scene? Or doesn't? No, Your Honor, it doesn't. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots from a .38 caliber gun. Doesn't explain the existence of a certain piece of evidence found at the scene. A piece that points to the existence of a 3rd person. Oh? Very well. If it won't do to keep us waiting, Mr. Wright. What piece of evidence suggests the possibility of a 3rd person at the scene? Hi, Sky! Welcome, welcome.
Take that!
And what is this metal pellet supposed to be? Still something of great importance we found at the crime scene, Your Honor. You found it where? In a floor gutter at the crime scene. Looks like the police and prosecution both missed it. Furthermore, this is a 10 caliber bullet, making it much smaller than the one in Detective Arm's .38 calibers. Then that means... Exactly. One more person must have been there in the lounge. A 3rd person who had a gun that could fire 10 caliber bullets. Gurg! If that's true, it explains why Detective Arm fired warning shots. The 3rd person fired Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. I'm trying. I'm still coughing a bit. It's alright. And in return, the Detective fired warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos? Ha ha ha! Looks like you've deduced my miraculous tale of survival. I just can't get over him calling it a scooter. Yes, you're absolutely correct. Mystery person fired upon us. What's this now? Yep, there it is. What? You never breathed a word of any of this to me before. Ha ha ha! Well, all great men have a secret or two, don't you know? Just foolish old geezer. The Director Cosmos really has been hiding the presence of the 3rd person all along. Dr. Cosmos, I want you to testify to the court about what you really saw. I'm just baffled by people, like, I understand, okay. I heard a story on YouTube about, you know, a guy who, you know, in his deposition, he's like, how fast were you driving? He's like, oh, speed limit, probably 65. And then in court, they asked him again, like 2 or 3 years later, whenever he actually went to court. And it's like, how fast are you going? I don't know, whatever the speed limit was, 60, 65. And it's like, well, which is it? 60 or 65? You told us in your deposition, you know, you were going 65. Were you lying then or are you lying now? And it's like, see, that easily explained. Don't remember. But, oh yeah, we saw two people. Leaving out someone firing at you is, like, insane. Like, imagine you went to go get, like, lunch. And, you know, you go out, you know, you have lunch, you go back to work or whatever. And one of your coworkers like, oh, how was lunch? You're like, oh, it was great. I had this wonderful, you know, grilled chicken sandwich. It was delicious. I'm like, oh, okay. Did anything else happen? Like, oh yeah, somebody showed up and shot at me. What? That's burying the lead. That's burying the lead. Why would you not lead with that? Although I saw a movie a long time ago. I don't know what the name of the movie is. Here? Come on, here. Here. There we go. I saw a movie a long time ago where a man was kept in like a cage for like fighting, and he was only let out to fight. That's all he ever did. And so he was kind of he was good at fighting, but he didn't really have a lot of social skills. And one day he got like out or something, like the underground fighting ring got raided or something, and he managed to get out. And he's with his family. There's this old blind man and the old blind man's daughter. And they go to a grocery store. And while they're at the grocery store, you know, he's teaching the guy, oh, here's how you pick out fruit. And he's like knocking on the fruit to tell whether it's good or bad. Which doesn't work, by the way. It's garbage. That's beside the point. And so, while they're there, this fight breaks out. And these two guys are just going at it, just punch each other. And everybody's like cowering. And, you know, the guy's just like sitting there, still like knocking on the fruit, listening to it. While there's a fight literally going on like 10 feet away. And they're like, what's up with that? Like, didn't you notice those two guys fighting? And he's like, well, yeah, but they weren't fighting me. Like, and just kept on, you know, doing his thing. So, I don't know. But I don't think the director is that level of, socially inept, socially maladapted. Is that a word? Am I just like stringing together words now? Probably. I lost my train of thought. Head empty, no thoughts. Oh crap, you may be great, very great man, but according to you, just another witness. You won't receive special treatment here. Now please give accurate testimony. Not everyone can write, I guess. Or at least saw the scene. Not everyone can write? Detective Arm and I rushed to the control room together. Manager saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and tearing on the floor. The idea is there, but the execution is bad. It could also be I'm misremembering a movie I saw 20 years ago. Who knows? Speaking of writing, I have not touched my book in forever. I know there's more in my book that's not posted. But only like 6 people have read it anyway. So it's a draft. It's definitely a draft. When's the last time I posted an update to it? Wait, someone joined. Is that one of you guys? Hime? I can't look at it on stream. I don't know that person. I'll sort them to be safe. probably should be doing that on stream. Alright, we'll give them that roll. Give me a read book. It's fine. I try to read when I can, usually at work, when nothing's going on. In the lounge, we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and tear on the floor. We were still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us. How did the bullet end up over there? Given that there was no third person in the lounge when the witness entered it. Does this mean the person who fired the gun had to have been the defendant? Can't follow us, you joined the server? Oh. Oh, hi, okay. Yeah, I was just making sure. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Very often we end up with, we get a lot of art scammers. And so I tend to be a little bit careful when, yeah. Yeah, you get it. So when people join during a stream, I try to ask. So I know, oh, that's actually a person. Alright, you can do his music. Well, it beats me. I can't do anything. I'm terrible at everything. I'm terrible at creativity. Not necessarily. It's still possible it was someone else. Also, someone got hacked. I should say, if you haven't already, you guys should definitely protect your account with two-factor authentication. I did get a lot of, I got a lot of compliments in middle school. I used to, in middle school, you got to do both art and music. And, my school district had a very big band in high school. They were very, you can art, Tay, don't lie. I made these art. I was very good at, I made this lovely Halloween picture with, I don't know what you call it, but this is before I developed my phobia of little pieces of paper. I made like a little stained glass artwork with little pieces of paper glued onto paper. And the art teacher loved it. He kept like praising it, and everyone hated the art teacher, but he liked me a lot for some reason. To the point that like when I felt bad, he's like, "Oh yeah, you can lay your head down." But you know, when everybody else felt bad, he's like, "No, you're faking it." And so, I mean, there's a fair chance that there was a he was hoping to I need a euphemism. He was hoping to tug my tail. Is that a good one? We'll go with that. There's a chance he was hoping for that. I don't know. Maybe he was just a weird guy who liked my art for some reason. But yeah, he was very disappointed when I chose to go the music route, because that's what everyone did. And so I went the music route. Did that euphemism land? Is that too? Found out your couple you lecturer from college years ago, still kept one of your art? Tay, I have literally every piece of art you've ever made for me saved. Now? No. It's been too long. Okay, cool. This is a family-friendly stream, so I try not to be too blatant with things. I don't display. Oh. I mean, didn't you make my, are you not the one that drew the little artwork that I have as my, channel icon? Didn't you draw that? I mean, you made this thing. You made that. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I embarrass you, Tay? I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I keep getting distracted. What were we talking about? Okay. Yeah, anyway, so, my issue, I think, is that I cannot come up with anything original. Every single idea I have ever had is stolen from something else. So I don't feel very creative. My book is literally just like ideas from other places kind of cobbled together to make trying to make a new story out of it. But it's not unique. At least I don't feel it's unique. I literally made a story when I'm working on a book, Treeborn. It's in my head. I just have to write it down. It's only like 20 pages or something. We're in chapter 6. I just don't have the time. And I'm not going to have time for a bit. Because why? There's little concept copies. I don't know. I just don't. I feel like I'm not a real creative person. So, yeah, but, what was I thinking? Oh, I'm not going to work on my book for a while. So, I am going to be out of town at the end of November. I'm going to miss, 9 streams I'm going to miss. Can I hold up 9 fingers? Hey, I can hold up 9 fingers. Okay. I missed 9 streams. So I have to make up those 9 streams. At the very least, I'm going to try. So that's, one of them is a Saturday, so that's a 12-hour stream. So we're losing, like, 60 hours of streams. I mean, there's like 31 dates in November, right? I'm going out of town. I'm flying out on a Tuesday and flying back the following Wednesday. It's possible, but I will be staying with family, so I don't want to put them out. I don't. My setup is not mobile. I don't know how to make it mobile. So what I'm going to do is during my spare time, I'm going to try. I have not recorded anything. But I was thinking about doing the Black Mesa. So if I can get 27 hours somewhere, I may have to take off time from work just to do it. I may be able to get 9 streams set up. So that's the plan. But yeah, so that time is going to come directly out of my writing time, what's normally writing time. Lately, it's been my recover from being stupidly sick time. But I'm getting better. I do have one issue that I'm mildly concerned about, but I'm working on it as well. So, it's just, one of my hairs is not doing well. And 1-hour videos. Well, that's the plan, Tay. I'm going to take it easy the time off, but I'm going to preload all those videos so they'll come out on YouTube as instant premieres during my normal stream times. And so I may get like Zelric or someone to like announce, hey, here's the stream. It's here on YouTube. Who knows? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's get back to the story. I keep getting distracted. Not necessarily. It's still possible with someone else. Most likely, it's Detective Arm and Director Cosmos discovered this person. They escaped through the southern door, the one that didn't have a security lock.
Objection!
That'd be nice. Thanks, Alec. Double-edged swords are a tricky lot. This handle one is you who's cut down. Huh? Your reasoning could be up high spaceboard or the killer as well. Think about it, after being discovered, he could have fired the 10 caliber gun. Big Fun would have responded by firing 2 warning shots. What I do is feign unconsciousness to meet the possibility of a third person.
Objection!
Starbuck didn't have a gun in his possession when he was found by police. Nor was the gun been found at the crime scene. His absence can only be explained if there were a third party who took it with them.
Objection!
All these from a trash chute in the voting lounge. Maybe could simply thrown the gun down the chute.
Objection!
Can't deny the possibility of a third person leaving the weapon.
Objection!
It's up to you to prove that possibility. And I trust you haven't forgotten my little piece of decisive evidence. What evidence? Why, the detonator switch was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, naturally. The most compelling evidence of all that tells us he's the culprit. Ah, I did forget all about that. Look, Bonus, how deliciously oblivious. Sorry, how deliciously obvious it is that they lack the evidence that rival mine. Alright, see you in a bit, Tay. Be safe. I sliced our third-person theory to ribbons and served it to us just like that. Yes, Val, I have a question of my own, actually. That bullet that the mysterious figure shot, what did it hit exactly? It hit me. Does that mean you're a ghost? I was wondering when you would realize it, your baldness. That star has a bullet hole in it. Third Cosmos is an authentic, bona fide ghost. He can even pass through walls. Eek!
Objection!
Oscar Blackwell, shame on you for teasing the nice old gentleman. Humph, your baldness, it was all in jest. Please tell yourself again. Are you sure? In that case, how did you manage to survive being shot, Director Cosmos? Ha ha ha, I'm glad you asked. There's a miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself. The bullet hit my glorious Medal of Honor, whereby it ricocheted, thus saving my life. What? It's almost time to brush again. Almost. But that's unbelievable. I have to check this out. Oh wow. Look at that, there's one extra Gaxa star. Oh, it's not a star at all. The odds are literally astronomical. I guess it really was a miracle. It's beginning to really feel like the Cosmos is watching out for Director Cosmos. Why don't you conceal this information, Director Cosmos? A great man such as myself has to hide things on occasion. No matter how much it hurts. It is the plight of the truly great. It may be hard for this generation to understand. I don't know, but it sounds fishy to me. What else is he hiding? Let's just cross Salmon and see what we can find out. Alright, before I cross Salmon, let's go brush, okay? Brushy, brushy. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. Brushy. Alright, let's see if we can just cross-examine him, see if we can find out. Now then, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Where we saw the scene. Next moment, I rushed to the control room together.
Hold it!
You're already pressed on this, right? You've already heard all about that part. Don't you have any new information? Well, let me see. If you have an hour or two, I can tell you all about the Hat One Miracle!
Hold it!
We already know all about that too. Tell us about something related to this incident. I feel like that's the Apollo Hold It. I see. You want to know all about the incidents. Well then let me tell you about the many incidents that made me the man I am today. The Hold It. It sounds like Apollo more than Phoenix. In case we have time, I will tell you all about the upbringing of this great man.
Hold it!
You told us all about that already as well. What we need now is your testimony. Did you not hear it? Oh, did I really already tell you all about my upbringing? I don't recall doing so. Dr. Cosmos, perhaps you can save your beautiful tales for later. If I must. Well, we pooped in through the control room door and... In the lounge, we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and tearing on the floor.
Hold it!
It was so dark you couldn't see this figure's face, isn't that right? This room was as deep and dark as outer space itself. Think outer space during the Hat One launched several years ago. It's about that Hat One Miracle again. You can saw it off and tell it to a stray mutt. Haha, excellent idea. No reason why the animal world shouldn't hear of my greatness. And so they shall. But first, your testimony. What happened next? You're still in the control room, to the east when the figure fired at us.
Hold it!
So in other words, you fired out while you were at the control room door. That's correct. Something not quite right about that. Because this bullet this person fired hit you, isn't that right? Yes, it was a miracle fitting a great history-making figure such as myself. Bullet the figure had fired hit me while I was in the control room. As the Cosmos would have it, the bullet bounced off my glorious Medal of Honor. I guess the bullet should have wound up in somewhere around the control room door. Yes, Director Cosmos was in the control room to the east. When his there, he was shot at by someone with a 10-caliber gun. Well, his medal, he was able to escape with his life. He's a very lucky man. No wonder people think he's great. And I'm pretty lucky myself, so if he's a great man, then I'm king of all the cosmos. What do we have? Alright, let's save real quick to be safe. Alright, Alright, so we see the bullet. Or this map.
Objection!
Alright, it's not the map. Evidence clear exposed to witnesses lie. Yes, certainly a bonus. Defense is boneheadedness. There's nothing untoward about that evidence, no matter how it be busters. I agree. There's nothing compelling in that evidence. Never lose a judge's confidence in me here.
Objection!
Nice bullet. I think you follow Maximilian Galactica? Welcome, welcome. Dr. Cosmos, I believe you're telling this great court a glorious lie. A great man like me tell a lie? Have you ever heard such a thing in all of history? That accusation is based on the positions of people who were in the lounge. According to your testimony, you and Detective Arm were near the control room door. And the mystery figure was standing in the middle of the boarding lounge. As you say, the figure fired a gun at you from this position. Then the bullet would have traveled in this direction. However, we found the 10 caliber bullet here. Oh. This trajectory and where the bullet was actually found contradict each other. Dr. Cosmos, where were you really when you were being shot at? Ah! Random Fox. We have... TBD Gamer Fox. New one! We got a new one again. New ones are coming up a lot today. Or yesterday. This week? I don't know. Let me give you a refund for finding a new fox. I mean, we added like 20, so... Yeah, we added like 20, so it's not exactly... unusual. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the human merry-go-round.
Objection!
Don't tell me you've forgotten already. Didn't the witness himself just tell you? The bullet hit his metal. This there's no mistake.
Objection!
But in that case, the bullet should have been found near the east side of the room. You'll see later? You'll see me later? Okay, you're heading out? Alright, be safe. I'm trying to say you can explain this inconsistency? Of course. I think so. What? Oh, great Director Cosmos. Yes? Is there something you'd like me to expound upon? You were in fact not in the control room. To the east, were you? You're looking into the lounge from the door to the south. Is that not right? Ah! Well, what are you getting at? Use your own brain. Your head must have some use other than housing that bird's nest. Bird's nest? Why does everyone pick on my hair? Dr. Cosmos and Detective witnessed the scene from the southern door. Kira fired them there, and that's why the bullet was found in the south. Ah, that makes some sense actually. I gotta sneeze. Okay. Sneeze successful. Also, the witness being at the southern door is rather favorable for the prosecution. Huh? I don't actually know. The only person who answers that is Kyrell. Huh? I've got a bad feeling about this. Alright, Director, if you don't tell the truth this time. Yikes! Getting handcuffs. You become but rust upon my sword. I realize a chance to cut down a great man. Alright, I'll tell the truth. Just put your sword away. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. You're correct. I, the great Yuri Cosmos, was looking into the room from the southern door. Well, what? That's the complete opposite of all of the testimonies given so far. Now you've lost your possibility that the third person was in the room. I have? How? Director and detective were near the southern door. Meaning the killer could have escaped through there. The west door required print recognition. The corridor beyond was filled with smoke. only escape route left was the eastern control room door. And the only way to get through that there was with Director Cosmo's fingerprints. Ack! In short, there'd be no escape for any third person, had there been one. Ah! My third person has disappeared. Like in one of Trucy's magic tricks. Order in the court. Director Cosmos, why did you tell such an outrageous lie? You're recovering for the defendant. Isn't that right? Yes, it's all for the love of my men. I said I was in the eastern control room. You mean the culprit could have escaped through the southern door? It would have meant that there could have been a third person. All I want to do is protect Starbuck. I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for the third person. What a convoluted lie. Was he really covering for the defendant? Looks like we've come to a conclusion. The defense's argument, the possibility of a third person, has crumbled. No. Oof. Yeah, we can probably find out later. Oh, it's over. Yikes. Judge is about to hand down his verdict. Think, Phoenix. Think. This is the perfect time to try and turn my thinking around. If a third person had no way of escaping the scene, what if one of the people at the scene was the third person? Wait. What if the whole premise is all wrong? Director Cosmo said that he and Detective Arm rushed to the scene together. What if that premise isn't true? What if one of them reached the scene before the other one? If that person in the lounge, then they would be the third person. Finn is the only one who could have killed the victim and shot the director. There doesn't appear to be any room for argument against these claims. I'll now render my verdict.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. There is still one possibility. Oh? This better be good, Mr. Wright. There is one and only one person who could have escaped from the scene. And that person would be the first person to arrive on the scene. Then, upon entering the boarding lounge, the second person to arrive came via the southern door. That's why the first person fled from the room. Using escape route was successful only to them. Very well, let's hear more about this theory. Here's this one person who escaped from the boarding lounge.
Take that!
What? But that's... You're right. But what are you claiming here? Of all the people who were at the scene, only the witness could have escaped. The director's the only one with authority to open the control room door, after all. But that means... Exactly. The true identity of the third person is our current witness. Director Yuri Cosmos. Ah! What? What? Look at that pointing. That's a professional pointer. Order in the court. I say, Mr. Wright, you will explain yourself in more detail. I saw the Director Cosmos arrived at the scene before Detective Arm. And entered the boarding lounge alone. Detective Arm arrived after that and saw a suspicious figure who was actually Director Cosmos standing in the lounge. That's why she fired those 2 warning shots. I've been hit on the starboard side. At the right. It's a direct hit on the enemy ship, sir. Magnificent shot. Warning shot fired from the enemy ship. Fair to intercept. Cosmos, you're a total lie in this court once again. I've been hit on the port side. You must call in reinforcements. First Cosmos Control Center. No question, Commissioner, to ask you to return to reality. My ship will not go down to anything less than the ultimate weapon of evidence.
Objection!
But I do have evidence. In fact, you can say that your battleship bears a scar. Grrr! Director Cosmos is the third person our Blackwell saw. This third person fired at Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. In return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos? Haha, looks like you introduced my miraculous self-survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us. The Cosmos has been the one who fired the 10 caliber gun. When Detective Arm discovered him in the lounge, it only makes sense that he would have turned and shot at her. Therefore, the evidence on the director's body is of a different kind of velvet as before. Once compared against another piece of evidence, the marks you receive from the third party will be all the proof we need. To prove that you were the one there in the lounge. Urgh! Brace for further impact. Compared against the piece of evidence will prove that you were the one in the lounge.
Take that!
And what would you like to say about that piece of evidence, Mr. Wright? Huh? I'd like to say that this is not it. Oh, come on! Right, please only present evidence that you think is it. I guess that really wasn't it. Alright, so it's the bullet then. I'm sure the third person was Dr. Cosmos. The evidence... It's one of the bullets.
Take that!
Not that bullet? Is it this bullet then?
Take that!
Oh, come on! Measuring against a 10 caliber would have proven it wasn't a 10 caliber that did it. The 30 caliber bullet found on the floor at scene and dragged into the auction tank. It Director Cosmos' metal. Had that ricochet mark on the metal analyzed, I'm sure the caliber will match up. If that mark proves to be from a 30 caliber bullet, it'll prove that you're the third person we've been looking for. Ah! The bridge is destroyed! Losing altitude, all hands abandon ship. That's true, then what about the bullet that hit the auction tank? It was a 10 caliber bullet. In other words, it was the bullet fired by Yuri Cosmos. Is that right, Director? No! You got it all wrong! What? You just have started again? It's a miracle. I'm not going down yet. Witness, stop at once and confess the truth. Don't want the history books to say that the great man was a great liar. And accept your fate and tell the truth. Oh, Foxcopter. You mean orders? You mean the great director of the Cosmos Space Center? Ah! But the cosmos revolves around me! I couldn't go. Ah! Someone get me off this thing! Order in the court. And will someone please stop the witness from spinning? Phew! Thank goodness we were able to stop him from spinning off the face of the earth. While he was swirling, I took the liberty of running analysis on the mark on the metal. It's made by a 38 caliber bullet, matching it with the size of Detective Arm's firearm. Ah! Are you ready to confess the truth, witness? No, you got it all wrong. This is just a misunderstanding. Want to start piling on more lies? Looks like it. But no matter how many lies he tells, I'll just expose them one by one. I'll make that big liar tell the truth. Well, we didn't do great. Dr. Cosmos, new possibility has been presented by the defense. They're claiming that you were this third person. Ah! Forgive me. I'm so sorry. The great pioneer of space development is revealed to be just another fabulous cur. I have one question for the likes of you. Shall I send you off quickly or very quickly? Ah! Evidence doesn't lie, Director Cosmos. Don't try to talk your way out of this. Oh, fine. I'll tell the truth. It's all just as you say, Mr. Wright. It's true that I was there in the boarding lounge. I got there before Detective Arm, and when she arrived, she fired warning shots at me. I expect people mistake me for the killer, so I escaped to the control room. Warning shots don't hit your center mass! I then went past the elevators all the way around to boarding lounge 1 again. Came behind Detective Arm and pretended to be the second on the scene. What a troublesome old man you are, with such convoluted deeds and thoughts. Oh, I see. So then, are you still insisting that you did not kill the victim? Of course I am. When I arrived at the lounge alone, I saw the true killer. Great Yuri Cosmos was a history-making witness.
Hold it!
Now hold on just one moment. We just proved a few minutes ago that the third person that Mr. Starbuck and Mr. R. Blackwell saw was you. No, it wasn't me. I saw the person as well. Or the killer, why would I lie to cover for Starbuck? I would just leave him to take the fall. That is an excellent point. All I want to do is protect Starbuck. Stay out of control and invent an escape route for the third person. What makes some sense if you told those lies to cover Mr. Starbuck? Still, a lie's a lie, Athena. So Director Cosmos claims he's not the culprit. But where's the proof? I just remembered. I have an alibi. Ms. Blackwell said she saw the killer at 10 a.m., correct? Yes, and? Well, I was on the 4th floor helping with the evacuation effort. Ask any member of the staff you'd like. They'll corroborate me. The director is not fitting to the court for once. I confirm he has an alibi for the time specified. So, claiming that Miss Blackwell saw the killer commit the crime first at 10 a.m.? And that you arrived at the lounge after that? Yes, I believe the person I saw is the same person that Miss Blackwell saw. Although it was pitch black, so it was more of a shadowy figure and less of a person. And I could see their face, but it's definitely the silhouette of an earthling. As long as he has an alibi, we can't very well claim Director Cosmos was the killer. And we can't. Again, maybe we don't need you yet. We're just really covering for Mr. Starbuck. Our defense moves to have the director testify about the person he saw. Very well. Dr. Cosmos, your testimony, please. As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. I had to avoid getting shot. When I tried to get another look, it vanished into thin air. I was near the elevator side door, well, the launchpad door one. Launchpad door, the launchpad 1 door. And the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer. They were shot at by the killer as well, and then they disappeared. Yes, but luckily no harm came to my glorious body. Fortunately, the bullet hit Terran's oxygen tank. I know because I heard a pang. That must have been the sound of the tank being ruptured. Wait, but I thought the bullet hit his metal. That was Detective Arm's bullet, remember? Right. What a mess this is turning into. So let's see. Dr. Cosmos claiming that when he found Mr. Terran and his killer, the culprit shot a 10-caliber bullet at him. Right, but it actually hit Mr. Terran's oxygen tank and ruptured it. And the killer disappeared and the director went into the boarding lounge. But wait! If he was already dead, how did this guy shoot him? Like, that's terrible aim. And when Detective Arm caught up and fired those warning shots at him, judging by his metal, it looks like one of them almost took him out, too. Because remember, that doesn't explain where our mystery killer went. Dr. Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate on when the figure disappeared. I'm trying to admit I tried to hide myself when I was shot at, but when I peeked back into the lounge, the real killer was gone. I rushed into the lounge straight away to investigate. What I found was Terran with a knife in his chest and Starbuck got cold on the floor. So I have a culprit who vanished from a scene that had no escape route. Vanished without a trace. It's truly like one of the great mysteries of the cosmos.
Silence!
Humph, a riddle of the ages indeed. I'd rather know how a fitting leech such as you can be lauded as great. A great man is always misunderstood in his own time, but must remain true to himself even if those around him don't understand. That might be the first true statement he said all day. I suppose this person managed to vanish so suddenly. Simple, because it was Space Boy himself. He spotted by the director and he quickly feigned unconsciousness. I'd certainly take all the mystery out of the idea of a vanishing culprit. I raised objection, but I don't have any counter evidence. The Cosmos. You saw this person. Did you also see Mr. Starbuck on the floor? No, because it was as dark as a black hole in there. I didn't see Starbuck until the other person vanished and I entered the room. That wasn't exactly helpful. Well, I'm prepared to accept your surrender, right, Dono? I can't find any holes in this testimony. I can't give up. That's right, why don't you let me help? Huh? While Doctor was giving his testimony, I detected a cacophony of discord, which means he's hiding his true feelings from us, huh? This just might help us find out what happened to our vanished killer. That'd be great, Hannah. Let's see what you can do with him. You got it, boss. I wouldn't want to miss this chance to delve into a great mind. What if it's a robot? Did a robot kill him? Your Cosmos, prepare to hand over the secrets of your heart to me. Thunder Lounge. Secure inside fire to gun at me. Okay, those all match. And to avoid getting shot. Okay, we're still good. If I try to get another look, they vanish into thin air. I was near the elevator side door. The launch pad one door. Why sad? The chrome door should have been such shut tight. To kill her.
Got it!
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be afraid of the launchpad door. Is your Cosmos afraid? And what base do you have for that outlandish accusation? Not any basis or not, you seemed quite distressed by it. I'm most certainly not. Director Cosmos, there's something about the launchpad door you're not telling us, isn't there? Ah! Why are you speechless? Looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss. It's working, boss. One more punch and it'll be a knockout. Seems to be one more emotionless at odds with his testimony. Go get him. Okay, back in the Matrix it is. Time to pinpoint our way to the victory. I don't think that's it. When you view your emotions alongside your testimony, you find an unexpected emotion. Wait a minute. There isn't anything strange here. I don't know, but I think maybe we made a mistake, Mr. Wright. Maybe you're right. Let's take another look. There's an unexpected emotion here somewhere. I'm not seeing any emotions at all.
Got it!
The lack of emotion. I didn't expect that. I saw it was very strange the killer vanished into thin air. I did. That kind of thing just doesn't happen usually. And at that time, you barely registered any shock at the occurrence. What? Why are you... Nurr! I can only think of one reason as why you were surprised by the killer's vanishing act. You must have had a good idea of where they went, isn't that right? What? No, of course not. That's preposterous. Only I can enter the control room. And the area beyond the launch pad door was filled with smoke, making it impassable. As for the southern door, I was standing there, right there. So there's nowhere for the killer to run to. Maybe, or maybe not. I went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck, Mr. Taryn. Yes? What if the culprit took that opportunity to silently slip out through the southern door? I highly doubt it, as you recall, right after I entered the lounge. Detective Arm came rushing towards it, and herself via the southern hallway. Anyone trying to escape through there would have been caught by her. The director wasn't surprised that the killer vanished. They're absolutely sure there was no escape route for the culprit to use. I just put those two pieces of data, and... yes, that's what I wanted to see. Presto changeo, less discord. Looks like we're on the right track. Thanks, Athena. Now to make sense of what we've learned. Detective Cosmos was surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge. There's one possibility he knew where the killer had escaped to. Furthermore, talking about the door to the launchpad made him uneasy. In other words, he's probably hiding something about the launchpad one door. To put these two pieces together, only one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. Cosmos, did the real killer escape through here? Hello, Fox. Welcome. How's it going?
Take that!
Someone went through the launchpad one door to escape, didn't they? Yes. I mean, no. Disaster to starboard! We're going to crash into an asteroid! A master tactician or not. The area down the door was filled with smoke, wasn't it? True. This is still the only logical answer there is. We just figure out what the director is hiding about the launchpad one door. Should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies. But the door requires fingerprint recognition. Only Starbuck, Taryn, and I have access. I don't see how the killer could have opened that security lock to you. That's an easy one. The killer was right there in the boarding lounge, meaning there's a way he could have easily gotten past that security lock. I think we did examine the prints of the fingerprint recognition device. I suppose the killer used this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock.
Take that!
I'm pretty sure these are the ones that had fingerprint. Yikes! That person's fingerprints were not found on the device. So I'm so sure only to produce this nonsense. What were you thinking? Well, I was thinking my color could use a trim. Ah! Oh, it was the other person. Silly. That's enough. Free haircuts to be gotten on your own time, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I can't recommend Barbara Blackwell if you value your head. Last killer would have had access to a certain person's prints. I can't remember. It was yesterday! I don't remember.
Take that!
So that's... Mr. Starbuck's lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Anybody could have easily gotten past the security lock by using Mr. Starbuck's prints. Actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what was found on the device's screen. Ah! Looks like he does have something to add about the launchpad one door. I'm betting it's got something to do with the culprit's escape route. I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet. You know, something just occurred to me. Would you like to hear it? Huh? Oh yes, by all means. The security camera in boarding lounge 1. Right? The one that recorded victims? Is in it? What about it, Your Honor? If the true culprit escaped into the launchpad 1 corridor, that might be recorded on the security footage as well. Then the mystery would be solved. What do you think of my logic? Unfortunately, the camera broke. I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that, your baldness. I beg your pardon? Look, if we play the security footage beyond this point, Oh my, the footage cuts off. Camera's running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged. Most likely by the after effects of the explosion. There's no footage after this, be it of criminals or space aliens. Oh, and I thought it was such a good idea too. Oh, just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery doesn't mean you should try to show off too much. Grandpa Baldness. What's your Blackpool? How do you know about my grandchild? I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world. Setting aside the issue of grandchildren, I'd like to have the witness continue. Red Cosmos, could you tell us more about when you entered the lounge? If I must. And avoid getting shot. I vanished. I went to the lounge. Some detective arm appeared from the elevator side door. They shot at me. See, the killer could have only escaped to the launch pad, right? I thought this got lighter.
Got it.
No, not good. This makes perfect sense. I don't think maybe we made a mistake, Mr. Wright. Yeah, we made a mistake. Let me look. I expect a motion here somewhere.
Got it.
It's gonna be a weird one. No. No good.
Got it.
Dr. Cosmos, why were you so surprised when Detective Arm found you and again when she fired? Is that a bit unnatural? Sadly, even great men such as myself have ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotions. Even a great man such as myself experiences surprise on occasion. Yes, I'm sure you do. My real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather what you were surprised by. Pardon me? First, you're surprised when Detective Arm found you in the lounge. Just after that, you were, of course, again surprised when she shot at you. But considering what you were so surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs here. Better Cosmos, what is strange about your surprise reaction is the fact that you were... more surprised when Arm came. Sure, you were surprised when Detective Arm shot at you. The surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. Ah! After you were more surprised by simply being found than by being shot at. It suggests to me that you were conflicted about whatever it was you were doing there. You means acquired a new weapon. Commence operation hide under your desk. Ah! Please tell me I finally sunk his battleship. Nope. Boss, I'm getting less Discord now. That must mean he really is hiding something about that launchpad door. And whatever he has hiding must likely have something to do with his killer's escape. I wonder what it could be. He's doing something suspicious around that door. Maybe we can spot some change between before he came to the room and after. Whoever gave his photo taken after the crime, let's run a comparison. The handle! The lock. See, it's finished the door before the director Cosmos arrived. It's how the door looked after the director entered the lounge. Hey, look at that. There is a change. Something definitely different. Director Cosmos. What is it? What have you two been up to over there? Find the answer to what you were doing when Detective Ron found you. That's what. That answer lies clearly in this footage. I have to compare it to the photo that was taken during the investigation. I don't know time. Oh crap, I closed the thing by mistake. I don't know time. It's okay. 19 minutes. Okay, we got time. I just compared the photo that was taken during the investigation. That's ridiculous. So you do have an answer you could point it out already. Yes, for it. This is what changed directly after the incident.
Take that!
The answer is his knob. Ah, that's... Your Honor, please take a look at this footage. Let's see. Take a look at the knob next to the launch pad door. As you can see, it's horizontal. Yes, it is, isn't it? However, when we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical. And what does that mean? It means that sometime before the director arrived and after, someone turned this knob. Ah! After the scene was discovered, he was the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos. Let's hear what you have to say. What were you trying to do by turning that knob out the door? Ah, fine, I admit it. You're right, I did turn that knob. That knob is a safety lock meant to keep the launch pad in place. I was afraid there'd be more explosions. So I wanted to move the launch pad away. I wanted to do what? Hey, didn't Paco tell us something about how they prepare for launch? Then once the launch pad is fully assembled, it's moved to the launch site. The safety lock in the boarding lounge has to be disengaged first. I guess that clears up what the knob is for. Oh, the killer escaped into the launch pad 1 corridor. They were there transported along with the launch pad to the launch site. I think so. Launch pad 1 corridor is filled with smoke. I think they could have escaped through that corridor. So then where did the killer escape through? Guess there are still some things we have to uncover. Dr. Cosmos, I request you tell us about moving the launch pad in more detail. Fine. Listen carefully, for I'm about to give you history-making testimony. I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. Why is he happy there? I feared there might be more explosions. So I had to cut the launch pad loose. Sure, the only escape the killer was through launch pad 1. But there's a sea of smoke. Well, where on earth could they have gone? What's with this happiness?
Got it!
I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. You make it sound like you were reluctant to do so. Yeah, when you did it, you felt some joy, as if you were very pleased with yourself. Ah, I mean, he was standing over a dead body at that point, supposedly. How do you do it? I know everything as if you were there. You're impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology. Can you explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? When I think back on the facts we've discovered up to this point, I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda. Ah! How do you know about that, too? Because I'm more or less a pro at guessing. But you have no proof that I had a hidden agenda. If I did, I would never, ever tell you. So there. I say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, take the cake. Get the Magatama. How could you doubt a man with such great intensity, intelligence, and integrity?
Silence.
You? A man of integrity? Don't make me laugh. Prosecutor Blackwell? What came over him all of a sudden? You spouted nothing but falsities since you stepped up to the stand. You're not the kind of man that will be glorified in the annals of history. I'm not falling for it again. Not for greatness, anyway. Unless you consider greatest barefaced liar an honor. Blah, blah, blah. Liar! Gulp. His words bite harder than his blade. You moved Launchpad 1 after the explosions. How naive you are. You fail to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you. You know, just a thought, but modern English could be your friend. And here's a thought for you. Immediately following the bombing, Launchpad 1 was on the boarding lounge, one side. Please confirm this on scene. What? The liar? That means the director didn't move the launchpad? First, my judgment for calling history's greatest liar to the witness stand. Let's leave him to indulge in his lies and war games to his heart's content. Liar?
Objection!
That doesn't make sense. You can't deny that someone turned that knob. Once the safety lock was released, I'm sure the pad must have went somewhere. When we chase down the truth of this issue, we just might find where the killer escaped to. Arg! You're sure it must have went somewhere? We just might find out? Your arguments are nothing but conjecture, bluffing and wishful thinking. Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is. Are you not man enough to, boy? Ah! Does it actually work on people? Haha, talk about hitting below the belt. Oxcopter, big stretch. Alright, let's see here. Big stretch. Alright, I'll stand up as well. Just big stretch. Okay. Alright, talk about hitting below the belt. You're young as these days. Oh, that was my mouse. I thought I saw a bug on the screen. I don't understand. I'm sure Director Cosmos went to move the launch pad. The knob was definitely turned after he came to the lounge. But the launch pad's right where it's supposed to be. Arg! Wait a minute. Maybe I have it all backwards. Well, the Director turned the knob, not to move the launch pad away, but to bring it back to where it was supposed to be. What are you blathering about? What if the launch pad was at the launch site before the incident? Then after the incident, Dr. Cosmos moved it back to his usual spot. All you had to do is turn the knob to call the launch pad back. And it would be right where the police found it. Ah! Hong! In fact, hi Crazula. Crazaloo? I'm sorry, I butchered that. You made him sound like Mr. Starbuck. So that's really that off base? The page have to explain how wrong your own logic is to you. However, our great liar turned the knob only after he discovered the crime scene. These launchpad exists beyond the lounge when our astral wanderers made their escape. A fact that has been recorded for posterity on filmless film. Oh, right. To reiterate, stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is, boy. Arg! Get a grip, Mr. Wright, and focus. We know the launch pad must have been moved. But our deductions in the actual case are different, in direct contradiction to each other. Maybe the two astronauts never actually boarded the rocket. This footage could be fake, taken with body doubles after the incident or something. Second thought, that's too far-fetched, even for me. Never actually boarded the rocket. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe just maybe. Huh? Mushroom Blackwell, what if I told you the two astronauts never set foot inside the launch pad area, but instead went to another place? And what if when the director moved the launch pad one back, it was not from the launch site, but from another place? What would you say then? Cut the execution of bullet or I'll cut you. That's right, you'll explain yourself at once. I know I'm right, it was all the other way around from the beginning. Very well, Your Honor, let me explain. Director Cosmos' reason for moving the Launchpad 1 was... I gotta save, I got one life left. And my deductions have not been good so far. switch it with another place. Because we want to switch it with some other place. I'm sorry, but did you just say switch it? What could possibly switch the launchpad with? Oh, you'd be surprised, Your Honor. All it takes is a little thinking outside the box, and the answer becomes clear as day. This way you switch. This is what will switch with Launchpad 1.
Take that!
Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. In the past, the museum used to be Launchpad 2. It's all the same features as Launchpad 1, and need to be moved to the launch site. Meaning the Space Museum and Launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other. You can't mean. The rocket the astronauts boarded was not the one in Launchpad 1. It was one in the Space Museum. What? Balderdash! And yet, it's the only explanation that accounts for every riddle and inconsistency. This how Space Center was just before the incident. I said the Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum have already switched places. That's right. And with the two switched, like this, astronauts entered the Space Museum from Boarding Lounge 1. Saw the True Killer enter Launchpad 1 from Boarding Lounge 2. And set the bomb on the rocket. Think of it, the door to the Space Center, door to the Space Museum from Boarding Lounge 2. Welcome. This museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 AM to 7 PM. Exactly. Anyone can pass through the door to the Space Museum. There's no fingerprint recognition system on that door. In other words, when two launch pads switch like that, someone other than Mr. Starbuck could easily plant that bomb. Ah! I set the bomb on the rocket. Starbuck stuck into Boarding Lounge 1 and waited there. Concealed. In order to kill Mr. Terran when the two astronauts emerged from the Space Museum. Call Miss Blackwell, Miss Starbuck, and the director also saw a suspicious figure. And who we can suppose after killing Mr. Terran, and they're escaping the Space Museum. After that, Director Cosmo switched the two launch pads back, but not realized that the killer was inside the Space Museum. Did nobody notice the building's moving? The killer then left the Space Museum and made a clean getaway. Ah! Right, Dono, I see you know how to handle a sword and handle it well. Perhaps I should call you Swordmaster Bluff. I'm a seasoned warrior who's cut down many a prosecutor.
Silence.
I still like the silence. Unless you can prove your theory, it's no better than a rusty sword. That's right. And no proof I switched the launch pads. Somebody needs a better anger management counselor. Launch pads really were switched. There might be a record of it somewhere. At this point, Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched to each other. Where's the smoke? So the corridor beyond the door should be the one that belongs to the Space Museum. See the image of the Launchpad 1 corridor. Is it different when we compare it to the security footage? Huh? There's that number on the floor. Well, what do you think? What do you know? Looks like we have proof after all, Prosecutor Blackwell. And if this is just another bluff? Oh, don't worry. It's all right here. Right in this footage, there's the two behind his arm. With behind this door is the corridor of the Space Museum. Well then, answer this for me, if you would. What in this footage proves that the corridor belongs to the Space Museum?
Take that!
There's one on the floor of Launchpad 1 corridor. But take a look at the floor of the corridor in the security footage. The number on the floor behind the astronauts? It looks like a 1, does it? That's because what you see is actually part of it too. But what? Why is it a 2 and not a 1? That's because the corridor you see is the one to the Space Museum. Ah! Ah! And so that means the corridor in this footage was not filled with smoke. That's right, because the explosion didn't occur in the Space Museum. It occurred in Launchpad 1, on the side opposite the Space Museum. And now that we know the two astronauts escaped from the Space Museum, the mystery from the previous trial of how they got down the ladder is cleared up. Karen carrying Mr. Starbuck, someone took the elevator from the upper level down to the middle level. It's incredible. The two launch pads were actually switched. I think someone would have noticed an event of this magnitude. Everyone was down in the basement shelter when the launch pads were swapped back. There's no way anyone could have known what was happening on the surface. What about people outside the building? Satellite footage? I don't know. Ah! Noise level 0. Is it time to go brush again? Soon? Soon. Bye-bye. Normalize, Director Cosmos. Hydrate, got it. It's high time. You told us the truth. Ah! My honor, my glory. Everything's slipping away. Time to deploy my ultimate weapon. Acting engine. Ignition. What? It's going haywire. Ah! It won't stop! Ah! My stars! My glory! Ah! Ah! No, not that way. Ah! That would hurt your face. The bailiff, on your steed, after that witness. Alright, let's pause and go brush before the next part, okay? Oh, I see you managed to retrieve you before you came to any bodily harm. I'll go brush. Go brush. Yeah, I'll be right back, okay? Brushy, brushy. Alright, I'm back. Right on time. Alright. Rushing successful. I see you managed to retrieve you before you came to any bodily harm. Dr. Cosmos. Okay, admit you switched to launch pads. I admit it's true. I switched to Launchpad 1 for the Space Museum. Ah, it's good to hear words I can believe for a change. Before you do, Your Honor, two things. First, we don't know if Mr. Terran had prior knowledge of the switch. As for Mr. Starbuck, he was unaware of his surroundings thanks to his medication. Either way, Mr. Terran would have realized the instant he stepped into the Space Museum that had been switched with Launchpad 1. First question is, if the Space Museum was perfectly fine, why did Mr. Terran feel the need to put on such a dramatic display? As for my second question, I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched to Launchpads to begin with. Please, I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent. But I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. Vector is terrified. He must have one heck of a reason for not wanting to explain why. Probably not a good time to try to pry it out of him, huh? Excuse me. Would you mind if I picked up my stars? It's not my badge for rank. I'm nothing. I see why not. Bailiff, help the director retrieve his stars. First possibility of a culprit other than the defendant has presented itself. Mr. Starbuck, is there anything you wish to say? I don't get it. Don't get it? What don't you get? Director, why did you do all that? From the very beginning, you never meant for the launch to go ahead, did you? You tricked us. Starbuck. Starbuck, my boy, I'm sorry. I can't tell you the reason why. But I had to protect the Space Center. Director, will I ever get the chance to go into space again? Yes, of course. I won't rest till it happens. I will get you into space again, my boy. Then the dream is still alive.
Silence!
Humph. You're not going into space, Starbuck. But prison. I won't have it any other way. I hung up on him. Yes, I accepted the launch pads we were switched. If there were a third person at the scene, I suppose they could have escaped. I've yet to see proof of this third person's escape via the Space Museum. Oh, that's a good point. Arg, he's right. I don't have any proof. Starbuck, you'll spill everything you know. What? Me? Ah! Where'd you get those bombs? Tell me now. If you don't, my blade shall feast on your blood. Ah! I don't want to die. I want to die in space. I have to do something. Thomas Starbuck. Prepare yourself. Ah! Ha 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 ha. Now you know violence isn't the answer, Prosecutor Blackwell. That annoyingly cheerful laugh. It can be none other than the detective. Fulbright. Champion of righteousness, Bobby Fulbright, here. And just as we trust. Detective Fulbright. Sorry to keep waiting, Mr. Lawyer. I hope I'm not too late. I don't believe we had an appointment. I tried to hurry, but I ended up helping a little old lady cross the street. And then I had to break up a cat fight. I tell you, Justice sure is a full-time job. Was it a fight between cats, or... Why are you here again? Because the defendant is the culprit. I can't make sure of that. Justice is served. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Fulbright. I always thought you were a bit touched in the head. Have you finally succumbed? Nope. Looks like you've succumbed to this phantom of yours. Open your eyes, let the evidence of justice uncloud your judgment. What evidence? Don't think of it. He did say something about finding us some evidence. Thank you, too. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. I didn't think he was serious, though. So what is it, Detective? Is it something that will prove Mr. Starbuck innocent? It is indeed. Have a look at this. What's this? A lighter? It's by a lighter thought to have been used by the culprit, no less. Space Museum's cleaning robot picked it up. As the victim played Terrence's blood along with his killer's fingerprints on it. Well, what? What? Ah! Order! Order! Take the Fulbright. Can I assume that the fingerprints don't belong to the defendant? You bet. Starbuck's totally innocent. This is it. It's just what I needed. Your Honor, this is decided evidence that supports the defense's earlier claim. Clear yourself, Mr. Wright. With pleasure, Your Honor. Call which cider was found. Based on that, we can extrapolate that after the killer murdered Mr. Terran, they escaped with the lighter in hand into Space Museum, where they dropped it. The switching of the two launch pads occurred. And finally, the killer left through the boarding lounge, too, and made their escape. Now, Mr. Starbuck was found in boarding lounge 1 after the murder. In fact, the Director Cosmos testified to. Therefore, Mr. Starbuck couldn't have possibly been the one to drop the lighter there.
Silence.
The defendant had free reign of the area until Director Cosmos appeared. Do you not have dropped the lighter in the Space Museum during that span of time?
Objection!
You'd like that to be true, wouldn't you? Director Cosmos testified that right after he saw the mysterious figure with the lighter, he went into the lounge and found the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. Or Mr. Starbuck wouldn't have had the time to double back to the museum. The Prosecutor Blackwell, this lighter could only have been dropped by the real killer. More importantly, Mr. Starbuck's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the cider. I think you understand what this means, don't you? This piece of evidence unequivocally proves that Mr. Starbuck wasn't the culprit. Arrgh! I got in my throat a little bit. This does indeed appear to be decisive evidence that proves Vince's claims. As to most which was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, we can assume it was planted by the killer on the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. No, there must be some mistake. Frankly, Prosecutor Blackwell, I've been worried about you. You've been chasing this phantom for 7 whole years. I understand your urgency because tomorrow...
Silence.
Statute of limitations. His sister. Or could it be Candace Arm? I don't know. I don't know who the killer is. Fulbright. You promised never to speak of that. Huh? Oh, what about tomorrow? Given the body of evidence, I think it's safe to say the defendant is innocent. In light of the fact that it was impossible for him to have committed the crime. A few unanswered questions remain, so I look forward to seeing what you do uncover. But for now, this court finds the defendant, Salma Starbuck, not guilty. Why is that not the end? If he can't have done it, like, isn't that the end of the trial? Yes, we did, Mr. Wright. Looks like I pulled it off somehow. Confetti! With some help from Detective Fulbright. Mr. Wright, Miss Sykes, thank you. And please thank Apollo for me, too. You all are the best. Well, I guess Apollo's still going after it. Oh, I wish we could tell Apollo about Mr. Starbuck's verdict right now. Yeah, me too, but that's going to have to wait. Now the verdict has been reached, I'd like to bring today's trial to a close. Court is adjourned. And Aura never
Objection!
testified. Simon Blackwell, what's your objection? It's right to object, isn't it? Simply isn't possible. Something's wrong. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you dissatisfied with the verdict? Fulbright! What were the results of the fingerprint analysis for Lyda? Huh? Results? Ha 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 ha. Well, I was in a hurry, you see, and then there was that cat fight. And well, I kind of got carried away when I heard the prints weren't Mr. Starbucks's, so... You have yet to read it? Mr. Blackwell, can you read out who the prints belong to? It's Clay. It's obviously Clay. Who else could it be? On thorough analysis, fingerprints were found to belong to Athena Sykes. Huh. So it says the report. What? What? Huh? Me? Order, I say. Order! Besides, can we have an explanation for this? Just finished proving the decider could only belong to the killer. Finding prints on it can only lead to one grave conclusion. I don't know how they got on there, but I know I'm not the culprit. This can't be happening. We built up our argument piece by piece. And I don't think any of our reasoning was faulty. So how could it have led to this? Ah! Well, what have I done? Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Order! Order! Take the Fulbright. Stop your crying. What in the world is happening here? Like the world's gone mad. Order! Order! I will have order! Confusion spiraled into utter chaos. After all we'd fought for, the truth had turned completely on us to accuse Athena of the crimes. Somewhere, somehow, everything had gone terribly wrong. We had stumbled over the edge of reason and into the jaws of a twisted darkness. That's the end? I guess it is the end, okay. Alright, do we want to start case 5 today? We don't have a lot of time. I still think it's the old man, Cosmos. Want to flip it? Alright, flip it up. Call it first, though. I just feel bad. I always feel bad starting a new case on Wednesday. And, I am leaning towards more rest. Just because of how awful I felt lately. Maybe a coin flip's a bad idea. I feel like, no, I don't think we should coin flip it. I think we should call it here. I have been struggling a bit lately. So I'm just going to rest. Yeah, so thank you all for watching. I'm very sorry to keep having... I feel like I'm struggling in my streams. First of all, I couldn't talk for a couple weeks. Kept coughing. I'm still doing that. Now I've just... have had this headache for 4 days. It's gotten better. But the more I cough, the more my head hurts. So I'm thinking of one more day of rest, and again, there's no stream tomorrow. I'm very sorry to cause all these issues, but I hope you guys can forgive me, and I'll see you guys on Friday for more Final Fantasy 14, right? But we finished the case, so that's good. Where I go? Big Fox? I know. What's up? Where I go? Where? There's such a big stream delay, so whenever you say, get a hot bag, I mean, you know you could always just tell me stuff in Discord, right? Alright, well, I'll take care of it. Go for Ed. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everyone. Sleep well, have good dreams. I'm sorry for the early end again. I'm struggling a bit. Alright, good night, everyone. Thank you for the pets. Fox out. Night night.